Good evening, everyone. We are back again with Division 2 here for our Austrian Grand Prix here in round 7 of Season 11 here with Zoom Racing League. Take a look here. We have skimpy grid. A lot of people fell off their toilets while trying to clean their ceilings today and smash their heads. So there are a lot of people in the hospital tonight. There's some dude floating in the middle. I don't know if anyone's seen that. In the middle of the screen, some dude shooting up into the sky and coming back down. You see, there he goes again. What is happening? Look right above the pit, right above the paddock. There's some dude going up and down. Again, it's ruining our fun of watching the dude go up and down. So let me hop on some board with someone else here. We'll see the Rocket Man one more time before we hop on board with people going through qualifying. There's another guy. What the heck is this game doing, bro? Oh, man. What a weird time. Let's take a look here. Let's see if... excuse me. I wonder if being the host here is actually messing with the telemetry. Let's see. Telemetry all on. Very strange. I don't have anyone's name, so pardon me when we bring up our overlays here. They won't show their name, show their car number. But just trust that it's showing the tire performance of the person we are hovering. Let's see. Or it's not going to show us anything at all. So that's lovely. Can't see the weather, however, down in the bottom left. No idea if that is accurate. But we will follow on board here with Kaganis as he goes over that very tricky turn 1 for the first time tonight. Up towards the confusingly named turn 3. This McLaren teammate off the track in front of him. Into turn 4 comes Kaganis. For the first time tonight, there's a Red Bull in front of him, locking up and going flying. I'm sure it's very distracting. Again, it's going around that Red Bull super late. Chonk setting the fastest time right now with a 5.4. Guinness has set a quicker first sector than Chonk by 4/10. A little bit slower in the second sector, however. So Goku setting a 10.1. I imagine that was just a prep lap. So Kaganis going really wide on the last corner and not invalidated. So nice job for Kaganis there, playing the game the correct way. Kiwi with a 4.9. So Kiwi putting herself on provisional pole for now. Last night we saw people in the low 3s in Division 1. So let's see what we might see tonight. Rage been in and out of the league this season, missed a lot of races, but back with us tonight. Jack Fletcher setting a 4.1 in that Whataburger car, showing off the power that is Whataburger. So Rage flying through turn 6 and now into turn 7. As he heads into the final sector in the final couple of corners here for his first push lap. Roldy has rejoined and then has retired, so maybe that annoying retirement bug. So let's see what Rage does. Not looking to be the most effective quality lap. He puts him in a P5 with a 5.5, so a little bit off of the pace at the current moment. Roldy has joined back, so yep, definitely the fun retirement bug. For Roldy, so unlucky for him. We have Freddie Razzle here, reserving for Alpine. Brett is using no assists tonight, and apparently he's been drinking for the last 12 hours. So hopefully he doesn't crash. And also, we made an agreement. If he crashes someone out, he's going to pay you $20. So Yeah, that's a thing. So Fred's doing some weird stuff right now. Not even on a valid lap, but driving right up the butt of that Haas in front of him. So it looks like Fred's going to push here for his first actual valid push attempt here. Tutsi Marmot and the Haas invalid on their lap. Giorgio pushing into turn 4 for his first valid lap here. Very clean, very smooth on the steering there at the front, going through turn 4. That shows purple. That is indeed a purple sector 2, so Giorgio trying to launch himself to the top of our board, beating Jack Fletcher's time by 0.2 in the middle sector. Oh, and then he half spins, but he saves it. We saw yesterday 2 people half spin going through turn 9 and then putting himself in P2, and he does. He follows the trend. So a really nice lap from Giorgio, being roughed up a little bit in the last couple of corners as he goes sideways, but he continues a tradition of somebody going through turn 9, going sideways, and then putting himself in a provisional P2. So both RBs looking strong, sitting behind one of our 2 Division 1 drivers tonight. So that's very impressive so far from RB. One moment, see if I can make a little announcement. Our stream. All right, so let's roll around here. We have Giorgio pushing, I believe, on the same set of tires here. Giorgio with just enough fuel to finish this lap. So Giorgio not matching his first sector time from his first push lap, so a little bit off of that. So he's about 0.2 up on his time, so he will likely go into the pits here, as finishing this lap will not net him any advantage. So looks like Giorgio actually did finish his lap, and he did improve his time. So he did improve with a clean third sector there, but slower in the first 2 sectors. He does set the fastest third sector, so Giorgio has his eyes set for a potential pole here tonight, depending on how Jack Fletcher does and what Fred can do, as Fred is at 13.9. So remember, folks, don't drink and drive. So I believe we have actually Rigraff. Rigraff in the Aston Martin here. First time race winner in Division 2, last time out at Zandvoort. First race win in probably 2 calendar years. So always nice to see people. This season we've had a lot of different race winners. We have Spanini has a race win. Nadewell probably should have like 3 or 4 race wins, but he just can't catch a break. Rigraff with the race win, Giorgio with the race win. We have Man in the Box with the race win. So, with the absence of Peter Giordano, we've had a lot of fun action. And also with the unluckiness of Nadewell, who was in position to win at least 3 races this season and was either kicked from a lobby, crashed this game, or his wheel stopped working. So unlucky for him. So Rigraff invalidating his push lap there, but it was an improvement. So a 5.2 for him, which would have put him up into P9. Combined over here trying to win the championship without winning a single race, as he right now is our current championship leader. I don't actually have the standings up for the broadcast, but he sits at 99 points with 3 P3s in a row coming into this race. Nadewell sits 4 points behind him in P2 with 95, but he is not with us tonight because I can't remember what he told me, but he said he couldn't make it tonight. And then Chonk in third place, 10 points behind combined. Rigraff in fourth place, 12 points behind combined, and then Man in the Box 18 points behind combined. So the championship still wide open. Giorgio, Man in the Box, Rigraff. A lot of people can make some stuff happen as we have 3 races remaining after this one tonight. And then just for fun, we'll have Monaco be like Spain. Excuse me. Our final race this season. Monaco isn't until January, likely be middle of season 12. Excuse me, or maybe towards the end. Not sure. My calendar is a little off. Chubb Tucker here pushing into turn 4. Looks like he has an RB right behind him. Perhaps Red Bull. We have Jack Fletcher pushing actually behind both of them. So Jack Fletcher's currently sitting on pole. In the box actually just set the fastest first sector. Where does this put him? Ooh, invalid. So 4.2 for Man in the Box. So if he can put himself together a valid lap, he'll be sitting on provisional P2. So Fletcher here going into the third sector, beating Giorgio's fastest sector 2. A little bit slower through the first sector than his previous time. So let's see, he may get into the 3s here. Big snap there. See how much time he lost from that big slide as he went through turn 9 there. No battery as he crossed the line. So just no improvement for Jack Fletcher. We still have 5 minutes left in the session. And Freddie Razzle moves up into P3. So Freddie Razzle now into P3. Again, no assist for Fred and no sobriety. So he is now doing the Fred special tonight. Giorgio now pushing Fred, recharging his battery. Kagenis here, recharging his battery. We have Rensler here. Looks like he is not on a lap. Man in the Box sitting in the pits for one final attempt here. As he's invalidated his first 2 goes tonight. And again, with a 4.2 was his invalid previous lap, would put him in P2. So, Man in the Box, a big threat here to fight for a W. Rensler comes into the pits. We have Kagenis into the pits. Giorgio actually pushing through turn 1 here. So Giorgio on the same set of tires again. See if my overlay thing will actually work this time. Okay, give us a little bit of tire info, so it's working for some people, it seems, but not all. Car ghosted as he went through turn 4. I guess he had a bit of a slide there. Very bizarre. Giorgio there. So Giorgio cleaning up his lap there with about 3 minutes left in our session. Giorgio putting himself on provisional pole with a 4-second to 1,000th lap time there. So I believe we have his teammate here, Slick Goku, about to start his final push attempt, or what I would imagine will be his final push attempt. And then Giorgio will likely go around and try one more time just for fun. Nope, has no fuel, so he'll come back into the pits. So that is the time to beat for everyone else. A 1 minute and 4-second flat. So Slick Goku, we see a Mercedes coming out of the pits in front of him, have combined. Or maybe if Chonk, they are both attending tonight. Slick Goku heading into turn 4 for the final time tonight. A little bit up on his time as he goes into turn 4, so maybe a little bit wide of the apex, but a nice, looks like he gets a nice exit here as he heads towards, I'm sorry, turn 3, not turn 4. Now he's heading to turn 4. Turn numbers here kind of stink because apparently this little kink right here is a turn. So this is turn 5, and now this is turn 6. There are really only 8 corners here, but those Austrians trying to pad their stats here. Try to make their embellished oval into a real racetrack. Oh, invalidates Slick Goku. So not a ton of battery. Maybe time to go back around if he turns his battery off. So 4.6, small improvement, would have actually improved his position. So maybe enough time to go around again and push one more time, but not enough fuel, so that will not really work out for him. We have Freddie Razzle invalid his last push attempt, so 4.490 will be his final time for tonight. Does not have any fuel, so he's going to have low fuel mode at some point here. Jack Fletcher pushing on his final push attempt here. He's most likely the person to, already up almost 1.2 tenths on his time, so not setting the fastest first sector there, even though it shows purple. Jack Fletcher always known to kind of be one of the earlier ones to start this final push lap here. We'll have a lot of people going. Looks like about to finish his lap in front of him. So he's in the middle of 2 Mercedes here. So we'll see maybe Chonk or Combine has an opportunity to get up in here for pole. We have McLaren down there. So Chonk moving up into P3 with a 4.4. Fletcher jumping right above Giorgio by less than a tenth. Combine moving up into P5. Fred is done. Kiwi's pushing here through the middle sector, but she'll be one of the final ones to cross the line. Rigraff here, our most recent race winner here, up almost 4 tenths on his time. His time is a 5.6, so a long way to go. Man in the box moving up into P3, so basically getting that previous lap done. 4.9 for Rigraff, so that puts him into P10. Rage with a 5.1 P12. Sudsy Marmot finishing in the same position, even though he had a minor improvement. McGinnis, no improvement on his position either, and that'll do it for our grid. Roldy not able to set a lap because of the wonderful retirement glitch. But Jack Fletcher smurfing on some kids, putting himself on pole, but by just the slimmest of margins, though, with Giorgio. And Freddie Razzle, too drunk to taste this chicken, down in P5. So, because I'm host, well, we'll just kind of see what happens. Hopefully, people give each other enough time, but as I'm host, I can't call ready up. So we'll just kind of free ball it and see what happens. fun. My cell phone says I have no internet, but apparently I still do. So, assuming the stream is still going. So it looks like weather-wise will be cloudy. Doesn't look like we'll have any rain like we did last night. Kaganis with the 15-hour shift at work today and still makes it. So big shout out to Kaganis for racing after working himself like a dog. So that's always fun. All right, Kaganis, since you're at least in this chat and you're listening to me, give everyone 30 seconds and ready up. Since I'm the host tonight, I can't be that person. So you be the dude. No rain tonight. It doesn't. We did see a few people go with the alternate strategy, but again, the rain caused some weirdness last night. All right, go ahead and ready up then, Kaganis. Let's go. Let's get this thing underway. Let's go. It's been 30 seconds, so whoever else is listening, go ahead and ready up. I'll just send a crappy ping. Or Labib, tell your boys to ready up. Somebody. Oh, we're going. All right. Somebody did it. Thank you, whoever did that. All right, here we go. Jack Fletcher leading us from the front row with Giorgio, followed by Man in the Box and Chunk. Looks like a nice jump for Giorgio, or excuse me, for Jack Fletcher. Oh, and it looks like Fred in the Alpine. Looks like he owes Man in the Box some money as he murders him going into turn one. So his actual teammate, his Haas teammate, getting completely murdered by Fred. So let's tally that one off, boys. Fred owes Man in the Box $20. But so that leaves a big gap between our two front runners and combined, because Fred just murdered half the grid. So Giorgio and Jack Fletcher running off into the distance for now. Let's hold up our tire information here. Everyone on mediums except for Roldy. Roldy just committed to that alternate strategy. We have seen it work for him on a couple of occasions. We've also seen it be quite terrible. And again, telemetry is just being poop, so I guess there's just an issue with being a host and trying to use team telemetry at the same time. For example, it just says W15E for combined rather than combined. So just trust if tire information pops up that it is the person we are hovering over. So Man in the Box working his way back up the order after being completely murdered by Fred on the opening corner. Looks like we have Kaganis off the track here in the back with Fred being slow. I wonder if Fred took someone else out. Maybe Fred has to owe someone else $20. So let's see, Marmot into the wall here. Right. Looks like maybe his brakes did not work or he just went sideways heading into turn 3, but he's getting back on track. Let's see if we can see any damage. Again, no telemetry. So unfortunate for us with that. Gonna roll around here. Giorgio doing his best here to stick with Jack Fletcher. Jack Fletcher Looks like he's trying to dump Giorgio, run away with the win here. Chonk and Combine falling a little bit off of both of those guys. At the same time, they are in their own world. Slick Goku is behind them. Slick Goku has shown some nice pace at times this season, but always something getting in the way of him finishing in a really nice position. Oh, at Japan, he had a really nice strategy going, and he had a bad moment, and it basically ruined any opportunity of him capitalizing on that. Slick Goku being very patient behind both of these Mercedes. It's going to be difficult to overtake these guys, while the car in front has DRS. Man in the box clearing Rage. There's a couple of corners before where we're at now. With a 2-second gap. Oh, big lockup for Man in the box. Maybe braking a little angry here. So Rage getting back in front of Man in the box as we head towards turn 6. A lot of work for them to do to catch back up with our middle train here. Fletcher and Giorgio are just gone at this point. So without a safety car, maybe some tire shenanigans, they may just be off on their own for the rest of this race. In the box, having to be very conservative. Rage taking those corners very, very conservatively. Back up quite a bit. So Fred has decided to pit and go to the end on these hard tires, or at least go until a safety car happens. Probably deciding I'm just going to try to not be a menace, and as he does that, he almost spins going through turn 6. Slick Goku and Chonk battling here. It's like Slick Goku actually getting the best of Chonk there, and now has a run potentially on Combined as we head towards turn 4 here. Going to try to go around the outside. Chonk having to get out of the way. Not prepared for how slow they're going to be going side by side. He's able to get back on track. Looks like that's Fred again, stopped on track on the start-finish straight. So he's dangerously close to being lapped. Slick Goku going very wide through turn 6 there. Chonk getting Chonk very close to him behind. Combined, we good job driving cleanly. The only issue is they're losing more and more time to Fletcher and Giorgio. Giorgio already with that 3-second time penalty. So Giorgio with 3 track limit warnings compared to Jack Fletcher's 1 in that Whataburger car. So a lot of close racing here. This train currently led by Combined because no one's overtaking at the moment. It's kind of being compressed for these guys towards the back. So Kiwi now, Breakraft potentially looking for some moves here. Slick Goku, safety car comes out. So Chonk actually going off track there and going into the wall, causing a full safety car. So everyone will be able to close that gap out back up to those leaders. And let's add that to the tally board, guys. We have Fredo's at least 2 people, $20. That's our first safety car of potential 5. Rensler has left the session. Not sure if he just quit because he wanted to or if he just left, so I'll send him another invite. That's cool. Don't even see him on. Maybe having some connection issues. We'll see if we can't get him. Roldy with the drive-through. So unfortunate for him. Rinsler's AI has decided to make him pit. So he is going to pit Roldy, picking up that drive-through penalty. Not respecting the delta there behind the safety car. So that will be a frustrating penalty to have to serve once this thing gets going again. But we did see Giorgio pit, but it moved him down into P11. A lot of people staying out. Again, it's getting that 10-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Suzy Marmot also pitting. I believe, again, it's being held up by his teammates. Freddie Razzle just driving by himself. Nearly a lap down. And missing his entire front wing, so he'll have to pit here. Or he will drive by the pit entry and keep driving with no front wing. Just trying not to get lapped here for Fred. I imagine is the explanation for why he's driving with no front wing right now. try Rensler here. See if I can. Still don't see him. So taking a look at our tires right now, Rensler is right behind Giorgio, who pit from P2. However, he is not in the session, and I don't see him online at all. So we'll see if we can try to get him back in the session as best we can. Fred finally pitting to put on a fresh front wing. Sutsy Marmot trailing the rest of the grid by quite a bit still. But 10 people electing not to pit. We have 4 people who decide to pit. Now we have Fred, who's just pitting because he had no front wing. Hopefully, we should have, I think at the latest here, we should have the safety car going in at the end of lap 8, regardless if Fred catches up or not. But I imagine Fred will catch up, and we should go in at the end of 8 regardless. So now, if we had a little bit more information, we might be able to see. Let's take a look to see if we're getting, nope, no tire information for Roldy. Fred with the 3-second time penalty. So no tire information. Well, there is tire information. That's super laggy. So is Roldy really already at 25% on hards? That's, these numbers are just kind of moving all over the place. 39%. What are these percentages? 29%. This number, they're just making numbers up right now. There's no way he just went up from 25 to 36%. So this is unreliable. We'll just have to go with that. I don't know. Fred going on to the mediums, it's unlikely he'll want to go all the way to the end on those tires. But at the same time, he's not being able to really complete a lap without crashing into the wall or someone else. So, try one more time for Rensler before this lap ends. I do not see him online, so unlucky for him. So he will not finish out tonight. Safety car in this lap. So Jack Fletcher followed by Slick Goku will lead us back into the race here. Up on board here with combined YouTuber, get a little bit of Australian lag as he tries to warm up his tires. So Jack Fletcher's already gone, so he's just immediately getting on that, just bored behind that safety car. So we saw that Giorgio was the only person that could keep up with Jack in the first part of the race, with Slick Goku already almost a second behind. Jack Fletcher may just be driving off into the sunset. It's like Freddie Razzle actually Roldy pitting to serve that drive-through just as soon as he possibly can. So we have a battle here between Rigraff and Kiwi. Giorgio already making up some places as well behind. Kiwi going around the outside of Rigraff into turn 3 here. A little bit of a better exit than Rigraff. A little bit more track, a little bit more space to work with. It's like Kiwi's going to go in front heading into turn 4 there, and Kiwi's going to get that position done. Combined getting in front of Slick Goku here. Slick Goku looking to go back, but look at that gap to Fletcher. It is showing safety car on this overlay, but that's just because this game is broken. Safety car is in, and we are green flags. But combined, a lot of work to do to catch back up with Jack Fletcher. And still, these tire performance, we have no information because telemetry does not work as the host, which is silly. Oh, Slick Goku, right as DRS is enabled, almost loses the car and goes into the wall there. He's able to hang on to it for now. I think the benefit of that, well, there is no benefit of that. He just lost his position. He was in P3, now he's in P9. So unfortunate there for him. Kiwi moving up into P3 around Chub Tucker here. Be going around the outside. Chub Tucker kind of closing the door on Kiwi on the exit there of turn 3. They both have DRS, so Kiwi not able to get that move done. So now the big question is, when will these medium runners pit to go to the end? We're probably in that window where they can kind of make it to the end on hards. But it will be a long way to go 26 laps. Excuse me. Excuse me. So in terms of net position, Giorgio with that 3-second time penalty currently sits at the net race lead, as he is still within that pit stop delta of Jack Fletcher, and he has pits. Looks like Giorgio is going to go down the inside of Slick Goku, trying to tell him not to fight him. A lot of action in front of him with Rigraff, Rage, and Kiwi. Rigraff getting back in front of Kiwi here. Giorgio, though, with those hard tires, less than 5 seconds behind our race leader, Jack Fletcher. But the big question is, will these hard tires hang on long enough for him to potentially fight for a race win? Ooh. Giorgio and Rage going at it here. Rage having a rough middle sector there, and Giorgio's going to go around the outside at turn 9. Still around the outside. If he's going to get that move done going into the final corner. Does have DRS, so Giorgio showing off a lot of pace on these newer hard tires. Now remember, we had a lot of laps behind the safety car, so these tires are not really 6 laps old. Excuse me. Slick Goku also getting around Rage behind him in the other B-Carb car tonight. So now with Giorgio pushing his way through those previous 3 soft medium runners, will he be able to fight with these guys in the same manner? So Kiwi is the next one in front. Giorgio showing a lot of pace, just right basically driving up to the back of these guys, waiting to get around them. Interesting camera angle here as we look up the ass of Kiwi. And it looks like Giorgio again is going to make some overtakes in the final sector here. So we're going to go into turn 9 side by side. Giorgio's going to get that move done. Now Giorgio right on the back of Rigraff as we head towards turn 1. Is he going to try to send it into turn 1? No, he's not. Chonk falling down the order again. Chonk losing position earlier, causing the safety car. Doesn't look like any damage for him there. So Goku picking up a 3-second time penalty. Giorgio right on the tail of Rigraff now, dumping all of his battery as he heads into turn 3 here. And it looks like he's going to get this move done on Rigraff. In front on the exit now, right on the tailpipe of Man in the Box. So Giorgio in a fantastic position. And Fletcher doing his damnedest to try to hold off this charge by just building a big gap. 3 seconds is the gap between him and Combined. Giorgio going around the outside here at turn 6. Man in the Box doing a good job of leaving him space. Here's going to be where everyone dies. Oh, Giorgio going off the track. Man in the Box being bumped a little bit. That's just impossible to fit 2 cars there. But they did it without crashing. So Man in the Box, hats off to Man in the Box for giving Giorgio a lot of space there. So Giorgio now moves up into P4. Again, he still has that time penalty. It's like Goku finally deciding to pit. Not sure if he has damage or anything, but he will be pitting here. Can't tell if you... Oop, wrong button. Tab out? Oh. Tab out. No damage for Slick Goku, so he's pitting. So Giorgio now actually trying to overtake Chubb Tucker, causing Chubb Tucker to ghost there. Hopefully that wasn't my fault for accidentally tapping out of the game. But he's getting that position. He got that position from Chubb Tucker. Chubb Tucker actually losing a position to man in the box now in the fight for his life with Kiwi. Chubb Tucker actually just sending it on man in the box, and man in the box going into the gravel. Now Kiwi going into the side of Chubb Tucker, and Rigraff coming out on top of that in a huge scuffle. So a lot of action here in the midfield. As I may have accidentally caused some chaos by accidentally hitting the Windows key. This is why you usually don't want the host racing, but we didn't really have a lot of other options. As the attendance for both of our hosts, that's undetermined up until after the race had started. So man in the box, the next one in. Man in the box speeding into the pit lane. So man in the box is having a nice race. Now has to deal with a 10-second time penalty. No front wing replacement there for man in the box. But at the front here, Giorgio getting in front of combined. So now Giorgio only 3.6, 3.8 seconds behind Fletcher in front, who has yet to pit, making very good use of these hard tires. And now they're pulling away from the rest of the field as Chubb Tucker is losing time to combined here. I'd imagine Kiwi and Rigraff and now Freddie Razzle are eager to get by him. I'm going to be seeing Fred try to make a move as we go through the middle sector here. Hanging out behind Rigraff for now. So combined, finally getting off those medium tires, elected to go ahead and pit. Drive 20 laps to the end on some hard tires. So again, Giorgio, 10 laps already on those tires, but again, he did do quite a few behind the safety car, so maybe he's really only like 6 laps of actual race wear here. Freddie Razzle looking to make a move here, going side by side here with Rigraff as we head towards turn 4. Rigraff still there on his inside. Oh, some bumping there. Chubb Tucker really slow on the corner exit there, causing Kiwi to have to move out of the way. Which gives Sutsy Marmot and now Fred. Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff happening. This is some bumper car shit going through the middle sector. Sutsy Marmot still hanging in there. Only other, Sutsy Marmot going off track, so him and Chubb Tucker not agreeing as they go through the corner here. Fred, tapping the back of Sutsy Marmot. Chubb Tucker going flying into the pits in front of them. So Jack Fletcher finally pitting. So Giorgio now has the undivided race lead here, but 11 laps of extra wear compared to Fletcher. Even with safety car, that's still going to be a difficult task to hold him off, as we've seen Fletcher with very nice pace. But the battling, just ceaseless battle between our boys back here behind. Oh, again, it's almost going into the back of Fred there, having to move out of the way. So Fred, Sudsy, and Rigraff still in a big battle. Sudsy Marmot, a really nice spot. Fred dumping in a ton of battery here. Hopefully doesn't go plowing into the back of the Haas. Gets himself in front of Rigraff. So this battle for whatever position this is now at this point, who the hell knows, has been quite the fiesta. So let's see, Marmot also is having pit. So if we're looking at where we're at now, it looks like Jack Fletcher in that Whataburger car is 14 seconds behind Giorgio. So a lot of work to do, but with the amount of laps we have, definitely doable. Giorgio driving in clean air by himself with no aid from DRS. Definitely be difficult. Rigraff going into the pits here. Rigraff still no penalty. So let's see, Marmot, we going to the end. Fred, I don't know what to expect. He has pit twice. Maybe he can take these tires to the end. I have no idea. Slick Goku getting a penalty. Jack Fletcher now about 13.7, 13.6 seconds behind Giorgio. Giorgio, one track limit warning away from another penalty. So he's in a rough position here to hold on to this, or it's going to be very, very difficult for him to hold on to this race win. So the battle between these people continues back here. Chubb Tucker behind Kiwi with Rigraff following behind him. And the ghost of Rensler and that McLaren in front of them. Fuzzy Marmot and Fred still in the fight here. Or still in a fight, I suppose I should say. Again, it's back here also having pit behind the safety car. Jack Fletcher setting the fastest lap there with a 6.1, about 1.4 seconds faster than Giorgio. So Giorgio, this race win kind of slipping out of his hands here with these penalties. Chonk has retired in the pit, so Chonk is done tonight. No safety car from that. Jack Fletcher now still pushing like a madman. 12.5 seconds behind Giorgio for the race win. So Rage, Slick Goku, and Combined back here in P6. Pitch battle here for P6. Jack Fletcher already clearing all of them by about 7 seconds, 7.5 seconds in front of Combined here. Kiwi and Chubb Tucker battling back here. Chubb Tucker actually getting a penalty from this battle. Rigraff behind them, so lots of small little battles here as we head towards the latter half of this race. Kiwi in front of Chubb Tucker for now, but Chubb Tucker trying to go around the outside of turn 4 here, not able to do it. Rigraff not able to get any kind of move there also. We have a slow Alpine, I believe that may be a Fred. So Fred was in a nice position fighting with Sudsy Marmot, and now he has fallen out of that. No wing damage it shows for him. Looks like Fred is going to pit, so Fred deciding that these tires are dead. He is going to go ahead and put on some new ones or retire. I'm not sure what Fred's going to do. Fred with a 10-second penalty. We'll see what he does. Jack Fletcher now 11.7 seconds behind Giorgio in that race lead. Giorgio with 3 seconds, so long way to go. Rensler, Ghost of Rensler, Goldie pitting also, getting off those mediums. Man in the box moving in front of Slick Goku, but about 2 seconds behind Rage in front. So, a couple of people still in nice positions. Jack Fletcher now catching up with Kagenis on those hard tires after pitting behind the safety car earlier this race. But even with Fletcher here about to overtake him, a really nice position for Kagenis to be in. Hoping these tires do not fall off for him at the end of this race. Really wish this thing would work so I had an idea of what kind of tire wear. Is Jack Fletcher really on? Yeah, see, these numbers just flying everywhere. Who knows what these numbers actually mean? Mason, what do the numbers mean? What do they mean? The numbers, what do they mean? However that quote is supposed to go. Jack Fletcher looked like he will easily get around again as we head towards turn 4 here, going down the inside. A lot of extra pace on these fresh tires. Absolutely has DRS again. Blowing by Kagenis as he goes through that corner. 4.6 seconds is the gap to Sudsy Marmot now. 14 laps to go. Man in the box and Rage and Slick Goku here battling for turn 4. Man in the box left DRS, so he'll go back at Slick Goku. Looks like we'll get that position back from him after being overtaken going into turn 3. So Freddie Razzle, after pitting, has passed the Ghost of Rensler here. Rolled the 26 seconds back, that drive-through penalty completely ruining his race tonight, unfortunately, but there's still the chance of another safety car tonight. But maybe less so with Chonk having retired as he caused the first one. So Fletcher now 3.6 behind Sudsy Marmot. He was a second, 1.4 seconds quicker than Sudsy Marmot on that previous lap, and 2 seconds quicker than Giorgio. So Fletcher is cooking right now, showing that pitting behind the safety car was not the correct strategy, at least for the race win. Kiwi actually back here with Rigrafs. She was just in a battle with Split Goku just a little. Oh no, that was Man in the Box, excuse me. Nope. So Rigraf and Kiwi looking to get into that scrap with Split Goku and Man in the Box. 1.1 seconds up the road. Chub Tucker behind both of them in that Ferrari. Combined inching ever so, or just closer and closer to Kagenis here. Gap now 4.4 seconds. Almost 2 seconds quicker on the previous lap to Kagenis. So in a few laps time here, he will get or catch up with Kagenis and then most likely get by. So Rigraf has closed that gap up to Man in the Box. So now we have a 4-horse. We have a 5-car battle for this P7 position. So Man in the Box going down the inside of Slick Goku here into turn 3. But a really terrible exit for Man in the Box. When he goes, looks like he goes into the wall. Yeah, he does go into the wall. So tough luck there for Man in the Box. He is out of that fight. Split Goku getting that position back. Just completely losing it on throttle there. Already getting by Man in the Box as well. I'm curious to see if Man in the Box has any front wing damage. Very likely. Jack Fletcher here going to be inside the DRS of Sudsy Marmot as we go into lap 26. Has DRS already. Potentially a little bit too far back to make a move happen here. And always one more little spritz of DRS as we head towards turn 4. Maybe the difference here. Fletcher beating his fastest first sector. Ooh, very squirrely on the exit there. And just going to easily blow by Sudsy Marmot. 11 lap tire wear difference there. Rigraf ghosted as we hop on board with him, losing position of both Kiwi, Slick Goku, and Chub Tucker. Man in the Box was in this fight with them, now 7 seconds, 6 seconds behind them. Man in the Box actually now in a scrap with Freddy Razzle here. Freddy Razzle overtaking Man in the Box as we head into turn 4. And Fred is just flying on these medium tires, so Fred may actually be able to close this gap to the back of Rigraf before the end of this race. But with Sudsy Marmot, with the lead he's at, Sudsy Marmot is looking at a podium. So with Giorgio with that penalty, well, it won't affect his position right now. But again, is 7 seconds behind Sudsy Marmot here. If Sudsy Marmot can hold off getting a penalty as he is sitting on 2 track limit warnings, we may be looking at a Sudsy Marmot podium tonight. Let's see, we have 10 laps to go. He is still holding on to DRS of Fletcher in front, so it'll be interesting. So I'm definitely excited to see how we finish here. Man in the Box back here, getting back in front of Fred. So Fred is moving pretty quick, but not quick enough. So big battle here again. Kiwi at the front of this little train here. Rigraf at the back with Chub Tucker and Slick Goku in the middle of them. Kiwi has 4 seconds to catch up with her teammate Rage and the other Red Bull. Rage following combined in DRS for now. Combined closing the gap up to Kagenis. Looking for the potential of a podium tonight if they can catch up with Sudsy Marmot, as it looks like Fletcher and Giorgio will be the last 2 podiums, and that I think is Man in the Box. Oh no, that's Sudsy Marmot, no! Sudsy Marmot, no! He had a surefire podium, and it's gone. Now Combined sits in our podium position with the penalty of Kagenis. So Combined, who's got position 3 for the 3 previous races, will he look for 4 in a row here, as that gap to Jack Fletcher is now 10.4 seconds as Combined gets around Kaginis. A little understeer there, a little lockup from Combined as he goes through turn 4, but gets that position from Kaginis. But Sudsy Marmot breaks our heart right when we were getting excited for him. Sudsy Marmot letting Kiwi by there. Wonder if there's a little damage on Sudsy Marmot. Yep, little front wing damage for Sudsy Marmot. So we may see Sudsy Marmot pit. Put on, yep, there he goes. Into the pit lane, put on a fresh new wing. To go for fastest lap or something like that. Unfortunate there for him. So Slick Goku getting another time penalty. That puts him up to 9 seconds of time penalties for Slick Goku. In P9, Chub Tucker with a penalty. I believe that's 6 seconds for Chub Tucker. It is. So Kaginis and Rage are in the battle here for P3 with Combined. However, they are sitting on penalties. Kaginis 3 seconds. Rage has 9 seconds. So Combined sitting at 2 track limit warnings. Is comfortably sitting pretty for this final podium position tonight. Jack Fletcher 4.2 seconds behind Giorgio, 0.8 quicker on the previous lap, so it's almost an inevitability that Jack Fletcher will catch up to Giorgio and get within that penalty delta. There's some yellow flags in the middle sector. Sudsy Marmot back on the track, 17 seconds behind Fred, but right in front of the Ghost of Rensler here. Freddy Razzle behind Man in the Box, about 4.6 seconds to the next car of Slick Goku. With these penalties, things are going to change pretty dramatically as we cross the finish line. We get to lap 36. Rage with another time penalty, so Rage now has 12 seconds of time penalties. That means with the current situation, it looks like Rage would fall behind Kiwi and potentially Kaginis, as well as Kaginis only has 3 seconds of penalties. Kaginis with a really late lunge here on Kiwi. Nope, backing out there as we go into turn 3. Freddy Razzle and Man in the Box basically in an endless battle here, swapping over and over. So we'll try to catch up with this middle train here. I'm currently led by Rigraph in P7. So Combined is actually pulled away from Rage, so now Combined is driving in his own area, or in his own space, by himself, so he, barring any incidents, will easily finish in P3. Jack Fletcher right outside that 3-second penalty delta to Giorgio. So we'll put up our penalty information here, as this is going to be very important. We have a slow McLaren, that's Kaginis, who is off track here, going through turn 9. Drives slowly into the pit lane here, so 13 seconds of time penalties for Kaginis, not 3 seconds, excuse me. Is a 10-second time penalty, which he will serve here. Very slowly into the pits there for Kaginis. May have turned on his pit limiter a little too early. Chub Tucker taking that position from Rigraph, but basically there will be very few penalty or pit stops through the end of this race, so these time penalties will be important to watch here. And Jack Fletcher just crosses into that 3-second time penalty window of Giorgio, and Jack Fletcher is only sitting on 1 track limit warning. So the race win was just basically in the bag here for Jack Fletcher. Heroic drive from Giorgio, but too many laps on this single set of tires, as he is now on the 25th lap on these hard tires. They're passing Kaginis as he exits the pit lane there. Back into this Fiesta battle. Not as many cars as we had before. Rigraph taking that position from Chub Tucker. Car being ghosted there. Chub Tucker now with DRS getting that position back. Looks like we have Kaginis into the wall again, I believe. Kaginis off the track here between turn 6 and 7. Hard to see any front wing damage there. Rigraph getting back in front, or getting in front of Slit Goku here. Looks like Slit Goku may have had maybe looking for an opportunity to get in front of him here. Rage with 3 more seconds on his penalties, up to 15 seconds now, so he will fall. Who the hell knows how far? Giannis retiring in the pit lane. Man in the box and Freddy Razzle still going at it. Good turn 1 behind these guys. Rigraph currently holding the lead of this little train here. Looks like Chub Tucker and Slip Goku going mano-a-mano here behind him. Chub Tucker, the winner so far. Dangerously close to losing DRS to Rigraph in front of them. Roldy setting the fastest lap down in P13, so unable to capitalize on that point for now. Freddy Razzle with a time penalty, so Freddy Razzle up to 19 seconds. Does have a speeding penalty. Man in the box with a speeding penalty, but no track limit penalty yet, as he's sitting on only 1 track limit warning. Up at the front, Jack Fletcher has made it to the back of Giorgio. Giorgio sitting on that 3-second penalty. Fletcher with that 1 warning. Kiwi swapping positions with her teammate Rage. Rage with a nice power slide through turn 4 to celebrate, giving the position to Kiwi. So Kiwi looking to pick up a P4 here with everyone behind her all the way down to P11 with penalties. Chub Tucker falling, or Jack Fletcher and Giorgio going at it for the lead of the race here. Giorgio driving Chub Tucker in the Whataburger car completely off the track there. More yellow flags. Looks like that's Jack Fletcher, or that's not Jack Fletcher. Who the heck is that back there? That's Freddy Razzle, actually slow out of the final corner. So Giorgio holding on to that position for now. Combined, closing that delta up a little bit, but the delta is so big it's unlikely he'll be able to catch up with them. Kiwi now in the hunt for combined, but combined. His pace is so similar to Kiwi's, it's unlikely anything will change in the next 2 laps. Split Goku and Chub Tucker going at it for like the 100th time tonight as they go side by side into turn 6. And then we move into turn 7 where disaster always happens. Chub Tucker looks like he's back. Nope, still in there. And Chub Tucker being forced to back out there. So nice job for Chub Tucker, not getting collected in any kind of incident there. But now Man in the Box is in this fight with these guys. Fletcher taking that position from Giorgio potentially as we move. Nope, they're still side by side as we head towards turn 4. Who will have DRS here? Looks like Giorgio will have DRS. So will Giorgio go back at Jack Fletcher here? Looks like he will go back at it and try to get that position back from him. Jack Fletcher sitting at 2 warnings, so maybe Giorgio's thinking, if I can just get him a penalty and try to finish in front, I will get the race win. Combined 9 seconds back. The car we see behind is Roldy, who is lapped. So Fletcher in the race lead as we head towards the final lap. Chub Tucker, Slick Goku, and Man in the Box collecting all the penalties in the whole world. Freddy Razzle being overtaken by an AI. Oh, as he pits, I assumed to try to go for fastest lap for some reason. Yellow flag. So Freddy retiring from the race. So that does it for Fred tonight. As we head into the final lap here, Giorgio and Jack Fletcher going going side by side as we head into turn 3. Giorgio having DRS as we head towards turn 4. Jack Fletcher racing and dumping his entire battery, try to stick that position, try to hang on to that position. Those tires much fresher than Giorgio's, 11 laps better than Giorgio's tires right now. Giorgio holding on to that position as we head into turn 6. Side by side as we go through turn 6, side by side as we go through turn 7 again. Giorgio with a little bit of a tap there, holding on to that position, going off the track, getting another penalty. So Jack Fletcher will be our race winner tonight, as Giorgio has 6 seconds. His attempt to force Jack Fletcher to get his third track limit warning for a 3-second time penalty has not worked, but very impressive drive from Giorgio nonetheless, beating our only sober D1 driver tonight on track. But because of track limit warnings, Fletcher is the victor, with combined coming very close behind. And with those penalties, Kiwi with a very impressive P4, Rage in P5. So finally a nice finish from Red Bull. Rigrap actually coming in front of Rigrap. Now that I mentioned it, Rage has a billion penalties, so Rage is going to fall way down the order. I suppose 3 spots isn't really that far in hindsight. So that'll do it. Jack Fletcher winning D2 as a last second smurf. Giorgio with a really nice, very impressive drive tonight for Visa Cash App Red Bull Racing. And they combined the 4th P3 in a row. So combined your P3 merchant doing its best to try to win the championship by only scoring P3s. Sudsy Marmot in such a nice position to have an easy podium there at the end with an unlucky finish. So we'll try to head over here, see if we can't get our interview thingamabob working here. Grab some deltas. Yep, that's that. And of course it's not working. Oh, it's working. Hooray. But there's no names except for Kaginis, Fred, and Rensler. So that's, and Chonk. 3 of those guys didn't even finish. So, unlucky. But, oh well. So we'll wait for our boys to hop in the waiting room here. Do a couple of, or trio of quick interviews. These guys really dragging their feet. See Giorgio there. It's all right. I see for the 4th time in a row, that is P3 for our boy combined YouTuber. How do you feel after that race?
Well, it was quite something. It was very intense. Had a lot of battles. I felt like I had a good pace. I thought Giorgio's tires were going to go off, but they didn't quite. I thought they were going to go off, but it's okay. P3 is fine. But yeah, 4 podiums in a row is crazy. I never thought I would get that after other seasons where I was a bit lower. So
So combined, so 4 P3s in a row. We did mention that. But moving into next week, we have Baku, everyone's favorite track. Have you done any Baku on F124?
I've done a bit. It's quite difficult. Traction is not great, but hopefully there'll be a bit of chaos, and we can have a we can have a crazy result.
All right, well, combined, congratulations again on that 4th P3 in a row. Still going to be leading the championship after tonight with Nadewell out. So still looking for that no-win championship potentially here. So 3 races to
I
go.
mean, it happened in Formula 3.
It did. What is that guy's name? Fiorarola. What's that guy's
The
name?
Italian Fornaroli.
Oh, Fornaroli. That's right, Fornaroli. So combined going for our first ever
He
Fornaroli.
won.
No race
He
wins.
won. He won the championship with no wins.
Very impressive from him. So, all right, 3 races to go. Let's see if we can. So, wait, what happens if you get to the front at Baku? Are you just gonna have to sandbag and let someone else win so you can do it? Is that gonna be your strategy?
Nah.
The race went too good to pass up. For the meme
If I
championship.
have a chance if I have a chance to win, I'll try. But yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, congratulations again on that podium, man, and we look forward to next week's race.
Yeah. See ya.
And then NP2 or NP2, there we go. NP2 after that very heroic drive on those completely ancient tires, 31 laps on those hards.
Yeah, them hards were difficult. Hang on, just need to pull it on. Hang on. Hello, yeah, I can hear you now. A bit better.
Oh, yeah. So we saw you kind of. It looked like you were trying to give Jack a little bit of the business there in the last few laps. Maybe trying to push him off track. Maybe give him a penalty, so maybe you have a chance to race him for the win.
Well, I wasn't trying to give him a pen. I don't know how the stewards done this league. I haven't looked, but I think some of my pens I picked up were from real to real battles being pushed off track, and one was a double warning from the game glitching. So I didn't want to pick one up myself because I feel like I could have got the 3 seconds removed. Now I can't, but it is what it is. I was trying to push him off track. I was just trying to get a win on track, so it counts as a win in my heart.
Yeah, I mean Jack Fletcher, very seasoned racer here in our league, so it's still a very, very impressive drive from you. Next week we have Baku. Have you done any Baku on this game?
Yes, I lasted 3 laps.
3 whole laps. So do you think you can do 4 or 5 this time around?
If I'm lucky, if I don't hit the castle section.
Yeah, everyone has done that at least once.
Yeah.
So
no, it was a good race. Had some great overtakes. Yeah, just the 3 seconds I picked up kind of screwed me, but I'm happy with my race.
All right, yeah, that was very impressive. The charge through the field on those hards was very entertaining to watch. So thank you for that action.
Did you get
for
any
us.
of the overtakes?
Oh, we got quite a few of them, particularly as you were catching up with the leaders. So yeah, there'll be a few of those in that VOD.
Yeah, I will have to watch myself back.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you next week, man. We look forward to what you can do at Baku this time.
Yeah, hopefully top 5. Then yeah, thank you.
So now we move on to our race winner. I suppose maybe not what people were expecting, but Jack Fletcher, race winner here at Austria. Jack, were you just driving a little slow to give those guys a chance? Is that what that was?
No, I will say Giorgio was pretty quick. When we had the same tire wear for a brief moment there, when the tire wear were kind of in the same step, we were trading lap time, so he was definitely quicker, or he was definitely just as quick. I just had obviously the better tire wear to run him down, but I'll take a Whataburger maiden win. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, Whataburger definitely thanks you for your contributions to the Whataburger brand. Jack, now I know we haven't had an interview, I think, with you with D1, but next week we're sitting at Baku. Have you done any Baku yet on this game?
Yeah, I've done a lot. it's pretty weird with the tires around there, but it's other than that, it's pretty much the same Baku, really.
All right. So can we expect a D1 interview next week? That's the real question.
We'll see. We'll see. I did notice I actually had the wrong setup on yesterday, so I put the right one on today. So hopefully next week, if I put the right setup on, maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll see a podium appearance. Who knows?
All right. Well, we look forward to that, Jack, and thanks for racing with us tonight. It's always fun.
Cheers, man. Thanks for casting.
Yeah, you bet. All right, and that does it for Division 2 here at Austria. Again, next week we'll be at Baku on Sunday and Monday for that, and then after that we will be at Singapore as we will be following the F1 schedule for the next 2 weeks. We'll be on the call for both of those streams next week and the week after that, so I look forward to those. I look forward to you guys joining us again for that on those